Hello, welcome to MBT Footy Talks. I am joined here
Hello,
by Mel B, Mel
Mel
B,
B for brilliance.
Mel B for Brilliance, and myself, Tawanda Mika, aka Team Man. And
For
this
tremendous.
is our match preview. Tremendous as I am. I am tremendous. But yes, this is our match preview for the Arsenal versus Chelsea game tonight. Although, Arsenal versus Chelsea since we're at home. Before we continue with our preview, please like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. If you're watching, share your comments. And let's get to it with the show. Uh, First off, Arsenal versus Chelsea tonight. I'd say arguably it's one of the big games. It's a big London derby. What do you think of this match, Malcolm?
You can give me the hype about it's a big game. You can give me the hype about it's a London derby. Essentially, it's second versus 12th, and we have to look at it like that. It's a big team, Arsenal versus Chelsea, which is a small team this season. And I think it's going to be a walk in the park for the Gunners, especially it being at the Emirates and there's still title hopes.
Yes, I would say the usual circumstances would be that Chelsea would be the big club this season. Well, normally, but this season they've been absolutely hammered with a devastating campaign. And like, if we could, elaborate further on the show, I hope we can do uh, video reviews for the top six teams. But I wish I had time for that, and like a lot of research will go into that. But Chelsea's situation is very interesting, actually, considering that they just changed the owner um, in the summer because of the war, and then Bowley comes through and absolutely does a madness. Now, initially he did the big spending. He had Tuchel, and then he sacked Tuchel. He had Potter. He sacked Potter, and now he's with Lampard as interim. So
Frankie L.
situation,
For more L's.
more else.
Mr. L.
It's
Mr. L himself.
Mr. L. It's just for me very. It's a very interesting situation for Chelsea, considering that they've spent 600 million pounds for players this season. So it for me, it's such an intrigue. Like, what do you think is wrong with the team, Malcolm? Honestly,
Bro,
like what?
from what
Why can't they
from
get
what I've been
their
seeing,
form?
there's no form. There's no form whatsoever. There's no confidence in the team. There's no cohesion with the players. And I think as much as the players are to blame, the management also should see that there's no chemistry here. There's no gelling. First of all, you've got Kai Havertz, number one as your striker. No goals, 7 goals max. And then you've got a bunch of wingers like Pulisic, Ziyech, Mount, Mudriks. They've got so much players there, but for some reason, they just cannot seem to get it right. Like every time I watch Chelsea, they look like they can do something, but the end product, the delivery, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Like teams don't even fear them anymore. It's become a situation where they we can say they become toothless in a way. They can't bite you. There's a lion on the Chelsea badge, but they cannot bite you for some reason. You know, a lion bites, lion don't play. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It really. I think it's the owners as well throwing money at the team and really wasting all those resources, wasting all those players, handing out 8-year contracts for players that don't even perform within the first season for lots and lots of money. So that's my take on what I've seen from Chelsea. What do you think, bro?
I couldn't agree with you more. I really couldn't agree with you more. I think one thing is that the culture of Chelsea has, for better or worse, it's too soon to say because it's only the first season with the guy, but it has impacted their season dramatically, and not in a good way. But probably it'll turn around next season. We'll see what happens. But what they tried to do was basically rush the rebuild, which is something that even like Newcastle took time with it. Like they slowly bringing in certain individuals they want. They want to firstly build a squad, which is what I saw from Newcastle compared to Chelsea. They tried to just rush it, buying so many
Mm,
players. If you went down the list of players Chelsea bought this season, it's a madness. It's an absolute madhouse considering that these are top players. But like I see a lack of cohesion. I see a lack of chemistry. I see a lot of um, confusion. I don't see a genuine plan with Chelsea at the present moment. And one thing that they are struggling with, and I feel like they've been struggling with this issue for years, is the front line. You mentioned Kai Havertz, and I've been saying it for time that he's not a striker. He's like a false nine, like a false 10 kind of player, or someone who plays behind the striker, but not an out
yeah,
and out number 9. He's not that kind of player. You always see him start in that position. So for me, it's very confusing that he's always starting at number 9, even though he's the only other person that can take the lead. And there's a Aubameyang who came this season as well from Barcelona, and it doesn't look like he's a favorite for Lampard either because considering that he's a natural striker, but they won't play him regardless, which is for me very concerning in Chelsea's regard. They've had very bad performances. They've lost to the top teams. They've not had good runs of form. They've not had good runs of games. Like it's an absolute disaster this time around. And for me, um, it's kind of over for them. But like I saw the amount of points. Like at the moment, Crystal Palace are more secure than Chelsea in terms of the relegation fight. Crystal Palace have secured have avoided relegation, guaranteed. Chelsea apparently haven't, so we don't know.
mm,
But like, they're definitely staying. Let's be honest. But like, you have to secure a certain amount of points, like 40 points, to secure.
yeah. One more point for Chelsea.
Could they do it tonight?
No, I'm ruling it out completely. If they do, they're gonna have to put in a solid shift, and they've not been doing that in the last 12 games. No goals, average of 2.5 goals conceded in almost every game. So I'm not giving them a chance tonight. If they do, then it's Arsenal. It's on Arsenal. Complete garbage if you guys draw or lose to Chelsea. That will be the joke of the season, and that's
That's a
essentially
nice
title
way
race
to
over.
segue.
Tit- Title race over if you lose to them or
Essentially,
draw to them.
and that's like a nice
Done.
segue to talk about that.
It's
You know
done,
what? Like
fam.
I'm kind of over it now. Like it's whatever. It is what it is. So
It's
I did bet
painful
on
though.
them winning the league.
It's painful.
It is. It is.
It's painful. It's the hope that
But
kills
like,
you.
it always. Every season, bro. Like my heart is always broken, bro. Every season, my heart is
I
always
really
broken.
thought
So
this
I
was gonna be the year. I really thought this was gonna
yeah.
be the year because Arsenal have been, besides Man City, they've been the most consistent team in the league. So I don't know, guy. If you guys don't end up with the spoils, it will be an utter disappointment. But like it's no longer in the Gunners' hands anymore. It's in the hands of Man City, which they came this close to dropping points against Fulham, but that's how champions win, bro. They win ugly, they get the job done, and for Arsenal, it's just about seeing those 5 games out, making sure they win all of them in case of a slip up on the side of Pep's monsters. I'm calling them Pep's monsters. I don't call them Man City anymore. Hey, they monsters, bro. Especially this stage of the season. Especially this stage of the season. So, what do you think? What do you feel will happen tonight? Will we see some spirit from the Arsenal? Do you think they'll put those results right from the last 4 games? Because it's a home game, good atmosphere. You guys play well at home. And plus, it's a Chelsea team that's very vulnerable. So you could hit them at every corner, every angle. What do you think will happen?
You know what, man? You know I love this club. I love this club too much, to a point that like I feel like I'm in like a very abusive relationship with this team.
It's dysfunctional.
Ah,
It's non-rewarding.
yo, bruh.
I know the feeling.
Let's see, bruh.
I know the feeling.
You know, bruh, you know. But at least you're
I
getting
know.
new owners, so let's see what happens. But we'll
Yeah.
get to that another day. But on Arsenal though, to be honest, I feel I don't know what to expect because in that poor run where we were drawing teams, where we lost as well, we, for me at least, we were like under pressure. So it wasn't something that I'd say, it didn't help that, you're in a title race against Man City. So it got to them, the pressure got to them. Now I feel like
Mm,
maybe the pressure's off them now. Maybe they don't, maybe they just doing it for, for pride, just to beat Chelsea if there is any left. Because where was this pride when we played all those teams? Where was this pride when we played against West Ham? Where was this pride when we played against Southampton? Where was this pride when we absolutely capitulated against City? For me, in as much as we can win the match, but it's meaningless to me now because even if we win, City is still like, yeah, we'll go up for a bit, but then the next game City will probably win the game, and it doesn't help. Like we're hoping City collapse, but that's not happening. Like hopes and prayers that City collapse, but for me personally, it's too late. Like there's no. I think for me it's just for pride. Just put out a decent performance. Put out a performance, where get the maximum amount of, and it's very disheartening. Me as a fan, it's just something I for anyone in our who would be in our position would want to win the league, and now it's gone. So I'm just like, it's whatever. If we win, we win. If we lose, we look like idiots now because how could we lose to Chelsea? If we draw, it's a poor performance again. How are we drawing to this very poor Chelsea team? So like people will banter and make jokes about it. And it's like, how could you lose to Chelsea as well? You know, I think for me, what I expect from this game is players dropped because there's a lot of players who are tired. There's too many players who are tired. Like from Saka, Odegaard, they need to be dropped. Party needs to be dropped as well. Like it looks like these guys are tired. It looks like drop Gabriel, put that Polish boy, like put Tierney at left, like drop the whole team because what are you fighting for? Even if we win this game, what are we fighting for? What are you going to gain from these matches now? If they
I
don't, they
think
play the same team.
The Arsenal fan base is very for the past weeks they're very down. They're very down because they expected a lot from this young team. Sorry, they expected them to push City at least until the last day. I think everybody was expecting that because you guys were just winning, 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 winning. And when you win matches, you expect to win the next match and the next match and the next match. But then we forget that it's the Premier League. It's a difficult league. Not every team is gonna lay down, especially you've been fighting against teams in the relegation zone. Like you've warned me against those teams. Like we've nicked it against relegation teams, but you guys, for some reason, like the pressure got to the players' heads, and they would draw games and concede goals where they earlier in the season they would have never dropped those points. They would have never conceded those goals. It's like the focus just went completely on Manchester City is chasing us. They're closer. Instead of focusing on what you guys were doing, winning the games, not looking at City, not looking at Pep Guardiola, but just focusing on game by game what you guys were doing. So I think for Arsenal, it's been a fantastic season. If they miss out on the title, it will be disappointing, but we have to give credit where credit is due. The youngest side in the league, the youngest manager in the league, and yeah, they just have to go into this game with their heads held high, get a result, and not worry about Man City. Like Man City is doing their thing. They focused on Champions League and FA Cup and all these things. You guys just need to see out the season in a positive note. There's no time for capitulation or heads to drop. It's this side just needs to keep continuing the momentum. You feel me?
No, 100%, 100%. And like City should do their thing, like we should do our thing, and we've been, barring those matches, we've been fantastic. Like I wouldn't call this season a failure. I know the mood is down because we could have won the league. That's why the mood is down, Malcolm. Like we could have won the Premier League, and for me, that's anyone's dream. I at least want to see it again, winning the league.
Mm.
Like it's happened in my lifetime, but witnessing it's another story. So
Dude.
seeing it with my own eyes, I just see that
Dude,
happen.
it's sad, bro. The way you put it, it's so sad, bro. I at least saw Manchester lift like at least five or six
See,
or actually seven Premier Leagues.
you see, I
Like
like only
I've
became
seen
an
it.
Arsenal fan. Only became an Arsenal fan when I was 9. It was
Mans was
2009.
born in the wrong era. You should have been born in the
No,
in the 80s rather.
no, even the 90s.
Yeah,
But I
even
was
the
like,
90s, but we were born in the 90s. We were born mid 90s, bro. So 80s. If you wanted
Yeah,
to see
mid
your team
90s.
like mid 80s, maybe that's when you should have been born if you wanted to see Arsenal lift the league. But it's not doom and gloom, my friend. It's not all. It's not that bad actually. It's actually quite commending that you took Man City until the level you took them to, because Man City was behind and they had to really gain some form to catch you guys. They really had to. Because if they continued the way they were like drawing matches against Nottingham and losing to Spurs and stuff, Man City would not have like a like Arsenal actually challenged. You know what I mean? They gave it a go. It wasn't like, oh, we're top of the league. It's not by chance that you top or within
Yeah.
the first and second range. It's like really commendable. But I feel like the Gunners just need to add a bit more. Like that's what City have over every team in the league. They've got an incredible starting 11. They've got an incredible bench. They've got an incredible coach. And that's all you need. That and the owners as well. They just back them. Whatever Pep wants, Pep gets. So for Arsenal, if they can
Yeah,
next season
I
add,
agree.
it will be interesting.
And we should add that, like, instead of now, because people were asking this question the other day, are we still in a are we still in the process? I feel like the process never finishes
No,
in
it's
the sense
constant.
of that, yeah, it's a constant process. Like City are in the process of trying to win the Champions League. For years, they've been in the process of winning titles. You see,
Mm,
we were in a process and we've rebuilt the squad. Now, majority of those players that we sign, like your Odegaard, Sakas, those guys are going to be there for time. They're not going anywhere. They're not changing. They're going to be around for some time. So the core of the squad has been rebuilt. But what I've seen, is particularly from Carragher, Neville, is that every time, and they did it last time, dismissed us despite finishing fifth when they previously finished eighth the previous season. And they dismissed them, saying, they won't make the Champions League. We've made the Champions League. Like, whether you like it or not,
mm.
we've made the Champions League. Then they say, no, they won't be able to compete. I'm just like, why are you? This ain't like, it's not, this is not Tottenham. I'll be very clear right. We ain't Tottenham. We ain't Tottenham.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Because,
Like the pundits have their opinions. They can say whatever they want to, but end of the day, it doesn't matter.
like,
What matters is
one
what's
thing,
going
and
on the
people,
pitch.
like, what, and the thing is, like, I'm not having issue with Gary Neville saying Arsenal won't win the league. My issue with Gary Neville is that he even went as far to say Arsenal will not only not win the league, but Man United will finish ahead of them. And I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Gary
Like,
Neville needs to chill, bro. Like Man United have been playing the most games in Europe. There's no way we're gonna compete in all fronts and then push a serious title challenge when you want other trophies in the cabinet. It just doesn't work that way. You're gonna fall off.
again, like,
You're
yeah,
gonna
you're
drop
gonna fall.
points.
The thing is, our issue, your issue is the lack of quality or the lack of depth. Sorry, our issue is a lack of depth in quality. We don't
Yeah.
have quality enough. It's only the first team. Like, I don't know how many teams Chelsea has. Three teams,
Chelsea's got
literally.
more
Those,
depth than most of the teams in the league. But is it quality? It's
how are
debatable.
they 12 by one?
Dude, I think Ten Hag with
No.
that Chelsea team, Ten Hag or Arteta would win the league with that Chelsea team, bro. No cap.
Now you need cohesion. And the thing is, most of the players, like I don't see a system. I just see players. I don't see
But
like
since
like with
when
Ten Hag,
has
you can
Chelsea
see
been a back three kind of team, bro? Chelsea were always like back four, but they would always park the bus. For me, Chelsea they would play 4-3-3, or since Conte came, like even Spurs, it
yeah.
weakens the team. That back three, it doesn't work, bro. It makes you
No,
so
it
defensive. Like you can't attack, you can't
it
do
works.
anything.
It works in certain instances. So it doesn't work all the time. Like with Conte's season, because he literally won the league with no Champions League, mind you.
Mm,
So with no Europe, because remember Chelsea finished, I think, was it 10th, but they were out of Europe that season. I think they chased Mourinho the previous season, but
yeah,
they it only works because he had to bring in certain players. He brought in Kante. He brought in I forgot now. He brought in I know he brought in players like uh, I can't remember now. That was a long time ago. But he brought in players like Kante. He
that fit
brought
the
a
system.
number that fit the system. He brought wingbacks. He brought wingbacks. Remember Zappa Costa? Remember uh,
Alonso,
Alonso? Yeah, Alonso. Emerson worked for the system as well. Like you need certain players for that system to work. And I've only noticed three at the back only works with wingbacks. It's very
yeah.
the only other exception is Bielsa. He does some weird nonsense with his three at the back. It's so different. It's more extreme than Conte. Not defensive, it's attacking. So three at the back, three at the back only works in certain instances. Like a back four works. You can have a back four literally doing like a 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, and it's adaptable to the managers. Any manager can come in and literally. But like again, we don't know these things. Just that I see only three at the back systems with like Italian teams or like lower league. Like it's a very experimental tactic. It's a
Yeah,
very it's a very like in the modern era. Like back in the day, they used to do it a lot, but now, and I
it
would
doesn't
say like
work, bro.
in a weird way, like you see like Pep's team, they play I guess three other, but it's not like three defenders. It's three players. You see, it's not three defenders who can't
Yeah,
defend, who can't, and like a three at the back system requires a lot. It requires you to have a certain sense of concentration. It requires you to have good passing. It requires you to have good discipline. It's a very particular set of play. Like anyone can do a 4-3-3. Anyone can do a 4-4-2. Anyone can do a 4-2-3-1. At three at the back, it like you can see the guys who are doing three at the back this season, like Inter Milan, they have a three at the back, and they're incredible. They're quite good compared to their peers.
Spurs.
Like Spurs, for me, it won't work for them because that system only works in like we used to use three at the back. Remember when Arteta first came, and
Yeah,
literally what happened was it was only because the quality of the team was so bad. That's the only time he had to resort to that. We tried it again against City last season, and they absolutely annihilated us. So
was that the 5-0 game? Wasn't that a back
yeah,
five? It
exactly.
looked like
Three
a back
defenders.
five.
Exactly. Just three center backs and two wing backs. You see,
We
like
tried the same thing with Ragnick, and then Liverpool scored in the first 5 minutes. They beat us 4-0. We never touched the ball because we got Maguire and Jones in the back three,
like
and but Lindelof. Oh, it was a disaster, bro. Oh, last season. The memories, it's haunting.
memories, bro. It's very haunting. But like for me, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's not for everyone. But like from what I've seen, like it's only high. Like you see, like Kante with Inter, Kante with Chelsea. It only worked for a short time at Spurs because at Spurs I think it's a bit different, but we'll get onto them another day. I think we'll get onto that another day, but it only works for certain systems, and I feel like with Chelsea because they're using a three at the back system. For me, is that now they've not really moved on from Conte. Like remember they had
Yeah,
Sari briefly, but
yeah.
every but like defensively they were horrible with a back four because they have players who play a three at the back system all the time. Like they have players like Ashley Quet, they had Cahill, they had I don't and then they when they buy the defenders they keep buying players who play a three who are used to a three at the back system for some reason. For me I never understood that. You know, Tuchel plays any formation. He can adapt to any system. Potter would play at the back. So
Mm.
for me, I think it's just it's
You know what I wanted to do before we end the show now? I wanted to do a combined Chelsea and Arsenal 11, but Chelsea have so many players. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Like Chelsea have got like 30 plus players, and Arsenal don't have as much. But if it's a combined 11, I think it's mostly Arsenal players, especially this season. In for position,
well, we
there's
can
nothing.
go for it.
We
We
can
can
go.
go. We can go for it.
Okay.
So
Okay. What
yeah,
would
we can
yours
go for
be?
it. But
Your
let's do it
combined
at the same
11.
time. Let's do it at the
Same
same
time.
time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Goalkeeper.
yeah. So my goalkeeper, Ramsdale. Come on. We're
I'm
not putting
gonna
Kepa there.
shock. No, no. I'm gonna shock everybody by saying this. I would put Mendy. I would put Mendy as my keeper.
Serious? When was the last time he
I would
played?
actually. I know he hasn't played, but when Mans plays, he plays better than Kepa. You know, I'm not saying he's better than Ramsdale. I'm just saying,
Uh,
bro, I
Mendy's
prefer
alright.
Mendy
No, like
in goal.
yeah. But you'd put him
I
in
would.
goal over Ramsdale.
Uh, I would. I would. I would.
You
I
see,
would.
you had to
I actually
think.
would. I would. Like I know I had to think, but I would. I would. If I had Mendy at my club, I would play him.
Yeah,
Right
and
back.
that's fair. Like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You start.
Right back. Benjamin. I wanted to put James, but nah. Benjamin has been doing the job. Benjamin White. We're using a
Ben White.
4-2-3-1
Ben White.
formation.
Let's make
Ben White.
I'm using a 4-3. So,
4-3-3.
so right back also Ben White.
Center back. Thiago Silva. At least one Chelsea player gets in. Thiago Silva. Next to William Saliba. Not Gabriel. And what would you say?
Fine. For me, if it's not broke, don't fix. You know. So Saliba, Gabriel. Not because it's biased, but because the that partnership works. Not to
Yeah.
say Thiago is a bad player. Partnership works. He's also had a lot of injuries over the seasons. It I can't see any other way. So I'm putting Gabriel and Saliba. You'll see
Left back.
who I'm gonna put as a watch. We'll see.
Left back. Ben Chilwell for me. I wouldn't put Zinchenko, especially after the last few games. I'll put Chilwell, bro. That's just his best left
Over
back.
Tierney.
Yeah, because of he's injury
But
prone.
Tien is not our
Nice.
best. No, nah, 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 nah.
So would you put Zinchenko
Better than
over
Tierney.
Chilwell?
I'll put
No, I'm just
Tierney.
like
I'll put
Tierney left.
Zinchenko.
He'll be left
Even
back.
Zinchenko is better.
I'll put Chilwell. Because you know why I put Chilwell? Because Chilwell, bro, he's the only player in Chelsea that does his job. Chilwell for me,
Yeah,
left back.
there's nothing we could do. But like for me, I'd even put Tierney ahead of him. But like just for the sake exercise, I'm putting Zinchenko because he starts for us.
Zinchenko.
Uh, I put Zinchenko. So
Midfield is
who's
the
your
obvious
DM? Who's
one.
your?
DM, we need to put Party, bro. Thomas
I'm gonna
Party,
shock
even though
people
it's
with the yeah, yeah. I'm gonna shock people
yeah.
with the next
And
one.
you're gonna put Jorginho again.
Party up. No, no, no. I put party. I put party.
Okay,
And then
Party.
the
So
midfield, the midfield on the left. Who you put in?
Trossard,
No, no, no. I mean central mid on the left
central
side.
mid on the left.
Yeah,
Xhaka, or I put Enzo.
me too. I'd put Enzo. I'd put Enzo where Xhaka plays. I love Xhaka, and he's been having an incredible season. But
But
Enzo, I feel
Enzo,
like
bro, Enzo is quite dope.
Enzo.
It's just he's at Chelsea, unfortunately.
No, no, not Enzo. You know I'm gonna put. You know I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put
Zinchenko.
Kovacic. No, no, I'm gonna put Kovacic.
Ah,
Kovacic.
dude, this man has been having a trash season, bro.
No, but his
Damn.
quality. No, no, but his
Yeah,
quality.
he's
No,
better
trust
than
me.
Enzo, but this season,
No,
I
no,
don't know
yeah,
what's up
there
with
is.
him.
No, he's like even City are linked with him. You know that, right? City wanted
Just to bench him.
him. Dude, imagine like he comes off the bench and he does the most. I think that's the point.
Ah, dude, he's not a bench player. That guy needs to start games. But
No,
I hear the
that's
Kovacic chat. I hear. I agree with you,
Kovacic.
but I'll still stick with Enzo.
And
Uh,
then the centre mid on the right. It's obvious. It's Odegaard. It's Odegaard. Like there's no debate.
Odegaard. Yeah, Chelsea don't really have a creative player. Yeah,
Like
it's
their creative
definitely
players.
Odegaard.
Yeah, their creative players is Mount and Gallagher.
And Felix.
No, but he's so, just I don't even
Yeah,
I don't
Felix don't
I
fit.
don't even
Felix don't fit in this
yeah,
team. Okay,
he's
so
going back
Odegaard.
yeah, he's going back to Spain that boy. Anyway, you said Trossard on the left wing.
Yeah, for me, Trossard on the left wing over Martinelli.
Hmm. No, let's just see how I'm gonna do it. Martinelli on the left. On the right,
Plays on the right for Chelsea. It's Sterling.
apparently.
Nah, I'll put Saka, bro. I'll put Saka.
Even even Nelson. Yeah, I'd put Nelson over any of the right wingers at Chelsea.
Chelsea, they don't have they actually have wingers, bro. Like, good enough wingers to get into the team, into the
No, like and
combined
there's a
11.
list. There's a list. There's
Bro, you could put
Ziyech,
Pulisic,
Pulisic.
Ziyech
There's
there, all those weird guys, bro. But Saka's better than all of them.
yeah, Saka's better than all of them. Yo, but
Striker, it's pretty obvious.
I
Jesus, Mr. Call Your Mama.
I put Trossard actually over Jesus.
As a striker,
He brings everyone in. He does it better than Jesus, and his roaming is not so deep. Like he doesn't go so deep. Like he comes into the attack. Jesus, when you're moving, he's
that's why I put
there.
him. I put Trossard on the left, and I put Jesus and then Saka on the right, bro.
Like Jesus up front, like I hear what you're saying, but like Jesus up front for me, like he roams. That's his only issue, and like Martinelli has to like fill in for him. So like Trossard will stay there, but like at least he does something there. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Jesus is a player, but it's close. It's very close. From what I've seen, Trossard could be the number one striker very soon. And then
Okay.
finally, the manager, who's the manager of this team.
Dude, you just want me to say Arteta. It's obvious, bruh. How can you put Lampard as your manager of this team? Man couldn't smell a win. He couldn't buy a win. He couldn't even loan a win.
You could,
So, it's definitely my man, Pep
yeah,
Junior. Pep
Pep
Junior. You
Junior.
know,
Uh,
Pep's
yeah.
baby.
Uh,
Yeah, dude.
but yeah. And before we head out now, what is your final prediction? What's your score prediction?
I'm going 3-0 Gunners. And you?
It's more than one goal. It has to be,
Yeah, that's why I said 3-0.
which is why I'm going with 3-1 because we always concede apparently. So
But Chelsea don't score. How can you concede to a team that doesn't
watch,
score?
watch, watch. You're gonna see. The commentators are gonna say Chelsea haven't scored in so many games, and then look, it's freaking
Bro,
Gallagher,
but I
Nick or
but I
whatever,
guess I
all
guess
the
if
goals.
Richarlison can score his first league goal, I'm sure Chelsea can also get a goal. Miracles do happen, right?
Miracles do happen. So I'm just like, yeah, dude. Anything can happen, but I know we're winning this match. If we're not, these guys are useless. If they lose to
Five
Chelsea,
games without a win. It would be 5 games without a win.
imagine they apparently are in the title race, but for me, just win for pride. It's a London derby.
Bro, but the funny thing is tonight I have a funny feeling Chelsea are just gonna be like ultra defensive for some reason. They're not gonna go after you guys. They're gonna just sit and wait for
We,
opportunities.
can, we have the potential of breaking through the defense, and for me, I feel like it's a no-brainer that Arsenal win. But again, let's just see how they perform, and if I can see they're gonna carry themselves as how they've been carrying themselves recently, they won't get the win. So yeah, I say three
Yeah,
one. I
I
say
say
three
three
one.
now.
I say 3-1 personally, but if Arsenal end up destroying Chelsea 6-0 or something, then well,
It will be
that's
funny. It will
it
be
would
funny.
it would be funny. But yeah, let's wrap it up. Um, again, thank you for coming to the table again, where we can chat about football. I think we'll do a show tomorrow where we preview the games this week and this weekend as well. And also,
Mm-hmm.
I also want to do a segment of short videos. Well, not short videos, but like
Shorts.
shorter. The
Yeah.
shorts, do the shorts more, and then short videos. Like we have
Shorts. Shorters.
shorter.
Shorts shorts and shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like these videos will be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, where we just talk about the season for each team, I guess. But yeah, I'll let you know when that time comes. But until then, uh, goodbye. Take
Peace
care.
out.
Peace out, and please like, subscribe,
In the
comment in the
comment,
message, and in the comment,
LCS. LCS.
LCS.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Please, guys. Have a
All right.
lovely day further.